Itambia mwana kegimo mwanchomo ligererio KCTV ogendrete kubwatya murobere bwenyoni Mariera karibu asensemo ya gatatu nende yo mwerio abasomogeni no mutangani aberega kunyara gwikirana ase studio of course naro yo motomuganyito kunyara guchagaiga eritobeto kunyara gusanga asengambo Mariera ntete ligererio igoro ya the state of the country. Now when we are talking about the country tinta nyare kwe limit korwa se ward level to county levels to the government because ebinte bigani kando chireta mabera umwananchi kawaida because ibintu bigokorekana kwanyoranga onyororwete wodi bwate siasa embe omenye konyore county yawe gosomo bungo woro nere na ndo sikiti siasa ko bomo MCA makonyoro mo governor woro nere kesi and now the president whatever that is happening in the country it is not fair gochia so mwananchi kawaida. Karibu sana, good morning.
Good morning.
Matukara chire tutararana
no I'm around
All right, karibu sana. Ntete tobeto kunyara kusanga mangi anene mono with the current regime. A lot of people are really uncomfortable with everything that is happening in the country and you can feel it from the weight ya response ya wananchi. Tumekia what is your feeling? What is the state of the country right now? Are we heading the right direction?
Chwa numanyete amanganense oborai bwa Kenya no bakongo. Number 1 state ya country ya Kenya teringi yamono. Amanganari Kenya na makongo. Kiagera banta bange Kenya bachandegete.
Yes.
Koruwa president William Samoei Ruto aswekero aba Kenya bachandegire sana. Okole drastic changes tinyinge bobe.
Yes.
So abantu mbai wetibi ya no borai bo mugambi Ruto. Lakini rende nkwaro mutinyo stabna mutinyo saba muna abana bamenyoka ari bagasoba ka parliament.
Yes.
So nabakoranga Kenya tejibuye. Kenya nebwa to bokongo muna abantu bakirete n'abachensi bagiye bate biruto nga ebintu okora mbiribiye. And that's one thing Uhuru Kenyatta tekera ari kurubo bogambi gatebeti the incoming president. Kamutebinga you must look at the youths of this country. You must take care of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, you know, ekere kwanza gwa kwana irigoro yabasai ko baba kunyara gwesoki. It was a conversation that everybody was worried about previously. Ekere abantu barenge ko bolinga umete yachagete bune ko soli kwenda abantu bakakaga ngabana bagamba kalitiki mbama iti kibagokora. But a lot has happened since then. Ekere konyora ngabasai bagwesoki bakabasai bagwesoki, but my question this morning is ndo chair wa second guest oberega kunyara gwikana na studio kagendete kuyarigania bega kunyara gusangana they say that transforming from one regime to another nkora tuarere strain kidogo before bintu bibe biko nyarago pick. I don't know how many regimes have you seen transition and what is the difference uranyarago kwanera comparing to the previous regime secretary yaringe go change maybe nkwarote ya Jomo Kenyatta go chia Semoi maybe nkwarote ya Moi. In fact Jomo Kenyatta ne ri ararete kabetera Moi osoira sekiroho, but now the transition between Moi and Kibaki nere go kwaneru sana, especially abantu kwenye ba rosire na Moi, and it was tension in the country. Now I want us to talk about Moi kera Kibaki kera go soa the number of MPs urocha abantu bagaku. There was tension also abantu ba feeling a development is not happening. But right now, imagine, Kibaki is the example that we are using for good leadership in the country. You can even say it is alarming. At the same time, the transition between Mwai Kibaki kogenda same Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and now Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta kogenda se Ruto. What can you talk about the changes and the transitions? Chabere asachiri jimwechu. And nemono Mwai Kibaki Uhuru, and now Uhuru Ruto.
Chwa numanyete obogambi bwa Moi bwarenge very unique. Moi ga bwata mangana ya kugamba. Nmate abayiko yombade de Moi yabo mugambi. People like Injonjo mbade de Moi yabo mugambi. Lakini nende kile Moi agitaka nyora Kenyatta okura agateka over for 90 days kuna richi korigote. So ekira cheta agaso a mantle nera agikaranzira bayiko for 24 years. Maitaji ba Kenya banga ari gwikaranzira bayiko yari kosibye ubururu. So when you are talking about Moi's president, it was a very unique presidency ya Moi because yerega ari gota na mabera nyayo. Onyogo chagusi abana baro birite ku kiskuru kereje gotirimbo keneje besha koba eta ari gokora magendero. Yes, oye ne stadium mwagocha abantu bakanyeta bachibu bakanyeta odisi abaje bese. So you know it was very no mga ko gambite nenjira ya lakini ende na gambite bia kile tuacha Kibaki kilaga so bugambi Kibaki umanye to muntu mu to bugambi ndaira rairo ne kamilioni ke to manye so riya bantu batanga without Moi must go yani Moi lazima again
yote yawezekana bila Moi
after 24 years so Raila agatangaza Kibaki akatiganya cha Serena kero bagusire nde mate kiro kuruwa besa ko lazima urariki abantu senga kibesa ko kwa lazima tori kanze ngonye tinko bwoje ko abayiko bagatebya Raila ayatata ngendo tangaza Kibaki Raila agatangaza Kibaki so Kibaki akabe president ne chikura chinene na ndi Kibaki ganyorete chikura gwa kiro chikura karwa rete ngitari
ndina ne nyaro basikona gwepara
ekira chorete ekira korete nonya andi ngoba ya Uhuru Park kwa jinga moya kuru mate kiro kwa gambira mantenjera getembe ekiro agosoka bobe sana Moi agasoka bobe kwari ko banyayo kwari ko bakasara yani kwari ko Uhuru Park that time kwari ko kumi so Kibaki ugambire byo okole myaka ya 5 Raila bachira igana Raila batotebire ngaki ekiro ke na koire anengo korusinde na Raila umetaka bwachikora 207 lakini mata karua bagatangaza Kibaki
oyo nde Kibaki niko miera
bwana Kibaki second term ya Kibaki chikura chibit
okay yeah the 207 one
Kenya lichi kojo kwa vice president igori reberi clear kuchakira saa 4 mpaka saa 8 Kibaki agabisa 12 uno kubuna lichi koja Kenya baba sana Kibaki ndo gambire miaka yaye oruro Kibaki mukira ruetororo na korete gazi ebinte byonse nga boda amangana CDF aka stimulate a country kiro monda bwate chibeza Kibaki okole oruro wande jobo urwe kwende emanto oru abere president ya Kenya uru nero gambire bya una gamba bya for the first time yake yimetangana lakini weke tamu ya kabere bakacha kajisegi na Samuel Ruto yone ule president yetu ya Kenya
yes
lakini Uhuru because I don't care akaranga kingwata bamuna bana matiyanga imbara nababo kawe
nali gasibaho
nengi let me concentrate na bantu abana agatiga Ruto na ikwaro matiyanga was very strong enga ki Uhuru in the second term he was very strong so obugambi mbotagete kwatororete nabantu bakoira obugambi nanda abantu bako obugambi tyakubaramba so bado mugambi Ruto ayiru chikura obwire Raila na bamatiyangi abere president wandi ngwa ayiru kasarani omoyo immediately omosigaga chagu kwasa kurama Uhuru ebire jambi ko oramo monto kolikire gasho kuragi so ina ile scenario ya Kenya tuarole lakini ende Kenya bona kana tokwa abantu ba Kenya bajande ketu let me tell abantu baba kuraranjara ogenda nyagitaji no KTR chito yo n'abantu bari turarira mari so we thank God turimo lakini ende Kenya yito telibuya.
All right, thank you so much mwancho murigererio KCTV ogendrete kubwatyo morobere bunyoni mambia rero mugeni to kabirobere akunyara wikira na studio. Good morning. Rio mweri twarenge na yega igutwa kumetinga the state of the country where it is heading, it is not heading the right way. Ntokore tiko kuwa na jenzi wakaingia kwa barabara. You've been seeing what has been happening mpaka boni gase toikeire. But regime ya Moi, mostly people are talking about education. Erona abetega kunyara ko empower sana. Almost every region is school nere chakrite rita Moi. No gusinto bwate Moi gusunto bwate. Yani almost every region there school inaitwa Moi. Chi university brought education, like sector education I don't talk about fault. And the sector of agriculture. Amabere paka matera gasoka kote yabantu bagende mugondo. So in terms of education and agriculture we can give Moi a tick, right? Aya. Engaki ya Kibaki infrastructure chipana na licha begetu chirami properly akarete industrialization akate ya bana bagende chiskuru chikosi chikarete che manufacturing industrialization abana bakagenda chi university wasoma because they wanted Kenya to be a better place and employment I can say ama bagaye chigasi akabaga kunyara kuikoka kuchasu mwananchi kawaida. That is my understanding of the Kibaki regime, right or wrong? The Uhuru regime, what can you give them? And so far, the Uhuru regime, the Ruto regime, which script is he going to use in the bottom up? Line kioro charaj konyara gosa. Because Ruto, inani Uhuru to some point, na so it has infrastructure. Na get the second time agachaka, what is script ya Kibaki? Akagacha chipara sana. That you can sing and somewhere na temeta sa konyara karibu sana. The state of the country. Transition of regimes. What can you say about it?
Don't get quiver in the Kibaki regime. Can be able to push even what is not pushable.
Umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. That time, that slogan was working.
The rally call for Raila number 1, infrastructure. Number 2, infrastructure. Number 3, infrastructure. When Kibaki and Raila entered the government, Bagachak could impress again to Raila. Infrastructure number 1, infrastructure number 2, infrastructure number 3. She advantage in Kibaki over a president advance. Kibaki are an economist.
Yes.
Kibaki are Serikali. Kibaki are Kamanya Serikali and Serikali. By the time we go just Serikali, Kibaki Gama in the grade, I might also will, might also horrible. I might take care Serikali again. That's why he said Kuripa Usur, the Kujitagaman. Kibaki moved revenue correction to 200 billion to 800 billion first year. So abantu waka own their country, bagaswa we kolele gasi yabo, bagaswa wakana usuru. Nonye bono iga. Chiba sa revenue correction you correct, neji ko bank to agent. You know, I saying enjoy ya corruption. Kenya is so rich. Kenya cannot go so much. As a bit of Kenya's revenue collection can support even the East and the Central African countries.
Thank you.
So, Igonga Epinto being given the Kuriga as a Obogambi, Visa Coava harness, Visa Korea to Hamon, and the very good Kenya, Gira, and Savant, Bagocha, Comero. So, that's one thing that meant Kibaki, Akaba, Omonto, Miazo prison. Because of what impressed the Kia. The transition ya Kibaki was just Uhuru. Uhuru inherited the infrastructure, the service, the civil service, the Engo without much could affect much. Ikagereka Mokonya first time. Kusukia country to where I used to get to. Second time we got Banyora, Swahili could wonder. Uburai, because you look at it, so a Karakananga kuna kiburi na majivune kidogo katika modibiti. Waneka rukuwa na about your post, na wanaenda kuenda na ngine whatever else we want. Ekagera bagachaka kuzusaka. Lakini sasa kijana gani alikia my brother there akamwashi makaendelea that's why he achieved Kenya the why chief first and second term. Infrastructure in Kenya ingiere sana. Na ndango njale ndio wengi. Mmoja tali muzo sana wa serikali.
Okay.
Au kama ni somo. Togoje serikali asago kwa level kuna serikali manogo yaka. Duka tivi ndio mugorona sana shazi level vile. Mwanyene ya heaven jabu ate a component ya rekogere kolega hasi na shazi wijo. That component now ya go imported into
NHIF.
And we move on because the vehicle is there. It's like what they did in the first time. Pakachaka infrastructure kurukweleu pakaswako kuramale pakarosi relu ngi pakatike relu ya ulile ya rengo ya rengi sabeidi ya wata malimaya pakachaka parallel railway so we started the gauge. They kind of hoping a lot of money which is not even bringing much profit. So I can roja again on any nyumbaya I can roja if you can be able to splash it up, improve it and live on it. You can other than you can nyumbe otige I know you go role mo and yet you have other responsibilities to attend to. I will not have a problem.
Now, with this regime, even Tombiro we are very big on that are really raising alarm. iguru ya obogima bwo mwananchi kawaida. Do you even value the life yo mwananchi? Why am I saying so? First, on development, I don't know nga inda abegin konyara ko ba classify was konyara ko beka nga they have identified a certain thing to work on. Asobolemi ngokwanerale ochokwanira obolemi bwa mabere, okwanira obolemi bw'emesi, kwerosirya esukali, ochokwanira iguru ya moyo, achikolema gusenkiango kiango, he's there. Aya sha health that change kirege the whole system. Aya agriculture, he wants to change the whole system. Infrastructure kuruche airport to local roads, starting companies afresh. Like cancer center dikitu ilikuwa sha launchiwa ishaekwa pesa. Let us agree hii kama hii akisi, we are using the one that we know here. Dikitu ilikuwa ishapangwa kwa system paka iko na pesa, but you want to relaunch it afresh. You want to enter even in the church, you want them to worship you. You want to bring new revenues, you want to start new project. You want to tell me housing project haikuwa nyumba zilikuwa zinajengwa affordable housing from the previous regime? Why is it any different right now that you want to go into the pockets of the people to get something from there? At the same time, you want to weke tax mpaka hata kwa mikate. Mafuta of course washaongeza. You want everywhere to give you money, but the money that we are not seeing where it is going. You are not giving us a specific plan. Like here is where you want us to go. But when even youths have come out and there is no employment, you are telling omwana yiga osomete emyake yiga yonsi pia kaswase university akasoma gakora kanyore degree mutete mumotebya sugume wilbaro. That is what you want to tell them. And when it is going any further, mutete mubatebi bagende Saudi Arabia boniga bagende bachiko gosibichianga, they go to be nannies there. I was asking this morning, how different is it from the slave trade that we were running away from back in the days? How different is it? Ekerote tokocha koteyaba muraba igabagende Israel bachikolema. How different is it? You want to tell me you can't create employment? You are saying you want to empower TVETs. Universities ndio hii hapa kwa gazeti they are going down. Here is a report imewekwa kwa gazeti ya Saya Asubuhi. Kenya Kwanza 500 billion diaspora bet. This is money that is in the country that is supposed to isaidie mwananchi, but nobody knows where this money went. We are talking about a 300 billion profit that was made this year. That went where? Which project can you tell mwananchi wa kawaida that happened? Maybe, let me just go slow. You know, I already focus here this regime where they are focusing, because this is we can define how you're going to arrange infrastructure, or you're going to arrange education, or you're going to arrange to get. This one we are having education, tukona CBC, health, tukona SHA. Yes, infrastructure ni airport. Yes, which one? Ni gani munaona so far and you feel like this one now is going to perform excellently so well?
Sure, and firstly, tukua na hiyo nyumba affordable houses. Countries that have succeeded in affordable housing, na chinse kiria ense bwa tukuru. Like in America, to go to affordable. Mwakwaya police kwa serikali tume Kyoto gero tume ngane agriculture Rolandi police okora agriculture ukora kuburuwo utigero mundu ndaja gore. What you can own in America na nyumba. That's where chinse kune jija succeed kwa gajira abantu chinyumba chiko kwa affordable housing. Kenya ga mbwate nyumba ya nasemene. You tax me kwa gajira nyumba kibira kwa gajira nyumba to me it makes sense.
Yes.
It will make sense if you are taxing me to build me a house where I am. That will make sense.
Yes.
Now that people in Kibera are from all over the country, all these people know where they are
coming from.
I had even on Nairobi kurelea karatualia public participation. Abantu bate batenga hawa watu wana makwao. Kila mtu
anakwao. Hatutaki nyumba.
Hatutaki nyumba.
Yes.
Na kama unataka nyumba utujengee kwetu. You get me? So even to be Kenya and then committed. But if I've seen I will something like this from committed in Kolangole to get there because in president by that time. You can make your otherwise affordable housing Kenya it's not there.
Yes.
Kenyans don't need it. But Kenya you got to get in that Kenya but the Kenya but the Chipara, Kenya but the Dagger, Kenya but the Tabana Basome, Kenya but the Chigas. Like the thing affordable houses, you actually create jobs. You are using billions to create jobs at 10,000. Creating billions, using billions to get a job of 10,000. Have a VAT rebate when they are about the USA, you can't do that in USA. You didn't get you go to Mega, or you to Mea, my chico. But do you know where the money comes from?
Tax. It's on December need.
So if you are taxing people to give them houses, and these people say they don't want houses, who are you building the houses for? Because in my idea, they get you bango gani ngaji bana to ma to do see ba go go ngaji re nyomba. Tigere jibe se jinju go ngaji re nyomba.
Yes.
You be satisfied with it. But still get the money for me to build me a house when I don't want a house. That's what it's all about. Because in your money, ngaji re nyomba. Tinta get you on tax still as you go ngaji re nyomba. Abandi bare bare like what you tax. So this one should have been who wants it. It's like it should have been like a circle or something that you are buying shares to get a house. That will work. Lakini njirevona hiki vitri ya serikali yao etabuga tikende kwa area all over the place but doing nothing. Uno mwana uliyo kwenye kuleleke finally tata kitije tabuga kitije. That's where the problem is.
And also wanting to do all this at the same time, politics nari wathense enya non-stop okuramana wakachikatisa anojazima kugenda siasa. Is there hope that by 2027 the first regime mwananchi wa kawaida ne serikali ya Kenya kwanza, which sector do you feel like inayo watakuwa wamesucceed?
John, manyeta mangana na batya binga president to kwate ruto lo mondo very unique. Na magenda ta ruto ra ko Kenya baka ko 2020 indi bana 2027 yewe magenda ke yaji kokora ruto chakire campaign ko je Mombasa agotogi una bantu ba coast. Ruto roche gasi ayagenda tokara bona no kurangirie up to president chi Africa chichorera ile president chichorera ile wa chairman
Agenda Kisumu
Ruto tabu atumanga na ba Kenya. Ruto eragera te konga ina ba Kenya. You know gento kija tokora ba Kenya baka 2027 onye neji para mo taro sta cross ebi interuta kokora orus ma tento abwate institution ya cross nyomba Kenya kona jaba na nchi iko national housing corporation Ruto akanyeita akarete ya affordable houses anyore jibes so egente kenene nje munandoje nandi tigante bere 2027 nise kwa moyo nimbo ya Kenya ngusaba gusinga ki Ruto myake ya gambire ta project ya kodile buno ru Kenya tara aje gusi atebenga Kisi Sabanya Road Kisumu Kisi Sabanya Road ekabekwe ekarosigwa. Let me tell you work on about cancer center. Cancer center mo represent yego chaga Kisi school. The cancer center hiyo yentongeri ya kore kare no paka bona iga paka bona there is nothing ke ya kore kare. Again take kenene intubuna ba Kenya emyake ya Ruto nkoraja rekatori because na ko example na abantu babazinya gitari orarere sana abantu bakora aranjara my sister abantu bakora aranjara so Ruto eregenda ero chakire campaign tigakore campaign tro jirenda abayiko bono mbadne ero ase koranga aserera abwate stronghold sichae gopora no concentrate rene campaign yale ba amangana ngaba Kenya mo chandegete ebine bintu ndatari ko
Now, the same disease, Yanyaregwa attack the county, the national level. You can see the changes with Kabako Gochaguchinchumu deputy president and whatever that is happening, Wacholi Rumongao, Mia, and I don't know if development now is going to happen in Meakisi County. We're going to go back in the national government. We're going to go back to that. But it seems like it is trickling down. The same disease is coming even to the county level. Because a lot has been going on. Ne chacha mko tu mmekamata hapo ngiora kwa the state of the county and Kisii County in fact it was among wenye wajaguza the absorption rate here budget is very down, maybe 2 years down the line numwabere Kisii County nabanyakonda. What is the rate of development in Kisii County so far? We are heading the 3rd year. Atancha and I.
Yeah, John, that's a very good question. It has been a question here where volume and then control budget, revenue, consumption, Kisii County among the counties that are to make their ceiling in Kisii County. sababu Kisii County itakuwa karibu kwa development ikiwa taringa development tei taringa basanji temanyi we are yet to know
msiako tena ile contractor ya mabekire pa constituency
into akani kama ngara mo contractor ya pa constituency ikiwa tuma ile contract ya sababu kwa Kisii na litaka tura kwa na ingi ko county na ndingi kiara the county ingi county wenda over
yes
a county akaraji bya kiara ko rugwe ka county star ngo kiara ko bana Nairobi kwa chirigi Nairobi cha gore school Nairobi counties came to devolve the money and develop wealth to the county levels and from county level kibaze kiara to one level kiara county administrative unit areas ni kabisa ya county ni what amba kibaze kikwana paka ward ya ali twanyore ward ya ali so that kibaze kichore county ya class no nyana makosa yo kubeka mo contract toyo as a constituency na makosa manene
see kukanya ka pale we are trying to fight corruption
because our government because potambi governor wa dawa ko gari advised by his legal person omonto you over the field fight by the senate
kobong
okolo kunyandieka kumwadvise legal officer yani umumurolia nje botambe na tele problem asere na se legal advice ikagara procurement process and procurement is very clear korot because esababu pepe ero nga umuntu oyo wocha kokole service itari kutoka andonsi ewe no yumweka so digamwe enyinge cyane ko kokole oro kimina wala muntu korosia ndege itoko 7.7 you can give it chindege Jones chindege korosia because naro yoga bara korosia 7.7 lakini karo ya chiringa neji para ekiaba contract turelibu Gombo ndiko wako agapara kama nkole ngakanu ile kiweza kuona na bali bako depend upon eto kiweza ijaso ila asaba bagusima only with ekero in economics as a student of economics or whatever maki serikali kuna county wetu kubekera abantu kiwezo mu buku and how does it do it ige kwa abantu abachigazi ebanyole profit ebatigalire abantu abagwere murabona akatoku kwana gore Mariera gatoke nyegitari ncho yo boga nyegitari kwa nyango tumya kibeza chintigari that's how you can put money into people's pocket mwanya nejisem etokinga chipasa lichi arugo yisukuru jarosi I'm not paying school fees as I used to pay na tigari nejibese chantigari ngugu that's how the government puts money into people's pockets bali bado kwa chipasa wande kerego kiranga umuntu yo mwana ro kwega asa constituency umuntu yo mwana ro tokiana bakale Kisii County wana banda bakiana marengo go Kisii County kwa abantu million what is 9 people like 9 people barakale na bana 9 people no any evaluation yabo na criteria yiko wairu itwekera so muntu yo 9 ujokora capacity ya to do that takara te muntu yo kwamwa constituency ni waso ako kungongona kuliyenjera gukora matuka
aera
you can't achieve abanta karo bana bange no any risaka karisa kandi yari ngonga kidwa mungina akagira maru bantu baso muntu kwa baka litukeli gukora makwara na kukosimeka kwa litukeli ekina kikiare kiwana tako tigiga asia Kisii County yo koruna risaka ama kontrol kita baro bale tebo and kebo yo kala jigasi bachikoni lakini advice yenga road we are there we are in a roundabout we are not able to pick from roundabout here that's what the problem
John omanyete development in Kisii County is very unique also no manyete kile department ina bate budget na bantu bagwete budget ina ba MCA njamu sympathizing na ba MCA because omanyete nkoso atule January omwaka ko era June igo 2024 2025 ya eli totigare 2025 2026 2027 ndiro kubona kitu aba MCA bangomnya kigubana matanga ayeganye boitandisi
remember this over recess from next week wanaenda recess mpaka February March wako ule magari watake kuelekea budget ya 2025 2026 which means pia mingine inaenda bila kufanya anything
Nande choa ni manya chibeza chie budget ya Kisii County as a development. Let me say for road department is 1.8 billion.
Zije zinarudi tu hazijafanya kitu yote.
1.8 billion. Change bar, the control one, the guitar, the Minister of Water, one. So I really sympathize with another MC, like another MC available. You know, once about the budget, almost a compliment the budget here, Nesio here county. Almost a team will just go see Pargata about the best. Montoya, so in 2000, governor, Colorado was here, guys. Nakitua was ordered. By 20 next year, which I don't know what to talk about. Because in Paraguay,
now there is this. I think can hear it working. Is there any case to what have a councillor?
The situation area where the national government. Go carrying go. The Garabu, go and referendum. You guys said it yesterday. I got a sister guardian. Here, they got to come wake about a cat. Your colleagues. Again, don't go and I will disband. As a guardian, I appoint new people. Our colleagues, there are few chief officers and a few ministers who are working. Up. No, you know, serikali ya Ruto. Akaya sinyete Ruto iga a brand ya serikali ya the opposition. Akanya brand egerenya ko move forward. That is why you know nike ba ogyo soka. Kwana isu. Tabwa te ba za zo. Onyori lega ke ba ko soka kuminyoka Mombasa kiara chono ale, kuminyoka wapi kiara jagete no ale, okogenda bogere kiara rera no ale. Onyori leke ba is got a breathing space. A breathing space you governor ito no go brand ya serikali ya. Abantu aba trusted ba ko guys. Abantu babo obayiri thing ani kiago pa. Just that. Okay, don't get anything and thinking about it now. Don't call you guys. Think many things about it over because you are dwelling in the world. Now, we don't know. No, come to work and jump out of the book. Go when they work and jump work. I can go to work when you go to Mogara. It can't work. Apprend this at a car. Apprend this at a car. That's when the breathing space happens.
The rate of development amatuka ya karenga keria ba councillor inchira yarenge kuba measured ndirio mu councillor go chogusoma bunge ochuba chikalenda mwabeka nyombali ebekire bicha yae oba chikobi chirikirerie tari yae oba chisati chireso and this time ni kama to introduce ribaka mabuli. That is how people want to measure development. From your end, how can development be measured? Nke abantu batakiri kurigire libatebenga ki yegare development is measured.
John, number one, what is development?
Tell me about it because now nchibona ndoche
wananchi uyo wachorete uyo tupoke saa 11 hadi wake kura ilategete tata ito mweleza ilata kama na wasege para aiti nyanya chiaye aireji ilategeta mache enso kingi yespiringi ngia era osigwata cha mache anywe kwarule amangana manga siasa tari okonya bagonda engaki iwate ba ya bakansa barenga abakansa romanye terikale umukilaki na urenge accounting officer
Urenge governor
na urenge governor town clerks na ba urenge abanene ase as onyankera changa kile ward example ya nabona nakina buya kumzeito umwamzi ole ngo karugiro mugako moke ibari we karanza na wamanyanya wabale pai karanza bata abanga bano kiba tokobeka buya kumu 20 million nani kitoji ngakore lepa by identify contract by identify abantu bana baros onye chi soko the same thing igente kenene ikiri kwa irugo kugambi nabantu bakorere gazi ikiya kilo muntu kuna watu rangeri kilo muntu mwaya rure twanyorera nto asi mi dograded you see kilo muntu emechano ranga mwana ani bali kunkorera so abanda wabaito ko jege ntongosa development is key to the asabanta baito because we are paying taxes we are paying taxes
umuntu naro kubwatia okurukwena kumochere aho tebaiga kero kene na kimoro chengana iyo bomo gusi na chama une bisako bende varamo egere maybe that way interramagen remeusi
again to kia Mariera when the Goboli kia kisi culture when the way to get your abagusi go to ara geretigu ngina mugusi oli ko kuja kamoya nganto kwa because we left her in the forest. She died in the forest. She cried alone. She was eaten and nobody brought her home. So on the water might that it goes like this, Joel. Again to be kuruko no anyen kurukare ba mo abagusi ba wate nyikayo karata omuntu nyomba ngaya no mongina ala tu nyomba usumo ala tu nyomba. That is what lacked abagusi karabari kumanya kuruka muntu woja where we are. The mighty goes like this. Ekaro ngina mugusi ekaro mugusi yari goja this region abwa na igete kemuntu no nzulu kemuntu ne kiamuko kara igete ororo na ega ukana mugusi okuri mukaya na roji tana bana bayi goja nemo kara goja ai wete na reji goja mare bamara baba ye karo bagenda goja bachi ko ochensi muna tulega ega kurwa tengeja goja ega na kuruji sawa ne mangana muna beta makwirio ya kuku kwa bianga mba tebete ina na ba tebete ngamoko ko mo ganda bana pia osara le una mo kanyanja ndo ko na yema because no one obwa muraba kwa era na ngina mulende aba bande wangene kuriyo baati kumuya they all refused but then mugusi na basomba no muswati le ko monjali asomba ka karo mo no yara kana ngo veire ngaki bakaya no muswati karaba ya na hago chibu chaba kanya no mo no bale orali okuli na awali abambura karaba ya na jala ngai baga yo sambe ko so mama ngo jara taja they finally fought and dispersed the way they have done umugusi tabwati umanene no moke akamurana na akini zigoro kana uri besa siningi birisa to gachira mwaga kumugo ndireke taika ruga ko mbogo mutireke ro nenyika ere na karoba twachira banne ida we
no bawe kanya
I want na kumanya uri ro that is the problem abamugumo usi is a village abamugumo usi is a village tariki ntu kirera isi ko ke yo kanyara ozimu usi ere buika tabwati even in the case here omuntu ruwete ko gago jaga menye buya ko bwa ichwani gagusi gago jaga mo impressed tani so obo mugungu si bwene gutwara a foundation ko waza the case culture a foundation yokumanyanga niki tutagete into mo mugusi kwanza tunatwara common goal that tutagete wachi niki tutagete mo mugusi and how do we get it we start from ase to were te ngakitoko wa mugusi to mauja ke ko was to were te mugusi ko jase to tabu wa mugusi I think that is where we are
to kende chawani obo mugusi kuna machara kuboja I think buna nai boiru ga bakabana sinagire mbono ndo taba gusi to the PS and it's very unfortunate obo mugusi tikante ya bagusi baito batorigere kandi chairman ya ki abagusi culture mwaka matundura arange ya very big meeting abagusi bonse bache bakwane amangana abagusi ekiagera ntobwate ekiombekera chesa ya abagusi kisi kali abagusi culture nere ra abagusi omwerekeo nini ndorete mwaka ya chaye kira reko genda nyantura gari itware ngama jumanya chaye twabera beta majumanya chaye tuariko we siringi 20 kwa gendo nyachaye ngenda akolete kenene no kobeka bagusiamu and that's why kwa rocha nyachaye kile kibakia be president akaini compare nyachaye kiana kwata bajumbe you know ekiro kwata bajumbe nyachama tili abata bajumbe ikomi akanominate abantu babakimani wanyoike abantu bagaika about 15 so na bwate say pono iga origere ino yaba iko gachango gacho ine tiruto atabu atepati nake kwa rasa eri kubunesese egento yato so miri bono kilo monto atuare enyomba yaye
isaiga yaye
na bagusiya babaito abaraya babaito tigato chamo turi baigwe pati ite ya moyo mugusi onye toko era 20 UPA to era UPA ya matio oya toko ya party ya Kenya Social Congress ya nyono toke ndo tuwezi pi ikiri toko chora bachumba kianda otobwata na bachumba amonze na bayupi ikiri muri parliament makoso kwezi kumwana tabanga ki tobwa TPS we want to see the president kwa sababu ingi bara kwa abachumba abarangere ndibasi cha kera cha CDF ingi bara kwa na sai because if ababwate the president on hold ma the president abachumba bagenya bamubwate on hold awali kwa yana akeza bamusukumu because babako mwote je budget na babako mwote je supplemented you know chiba chozi chigo spend in Kenya parliament na kwa ne rego tabanga echimoya mkwara rama kana resene aba gama namba uru jibeza ege ndaba Kenya badamanye the president gutogambira William Samuel Ruto igapingitiri chiko eri revolution so ekira ko rari gaba na bari bawo jibeza gako kwa rati chibaza chinenjia ekina ngire baka kono ka kotini ngaba chumba ba uru chipare cha kera chigenda si counties ekina ngire kotini lakini chibaza chinjia jete chipare ngwaza chikora sojo mutinyo gatatu egento kerato konye no muntu usigeteri chiko muna nago te biruto tasigeteri chiko ya Kenya kere gari pingete tanzi waroje era we kasegete wasumu ngabona is the only president kuru Kenya iburu 1963 yani Ruto era na rebe koroje bona na rebe ko president o change kiregento Kenya tambaga mbete tatu mwa Kenya barwete mo bakagamba moya kagamba 25 years Kibaki ugambire 10 years Uhuru Kenyatta ugambire era Ruto oje you cannot assume ngabona yule president Kenya had been there kilo data rengo bona Ruto mbanyira aba Kenya bagete chibeza that is why Roja aga acha kile campaign ewe gato 27 na abantu chibeza lakini aba Kenya bana bangani
kuna bwana kile Kenya Hizo korona na serikali bora yaje kufunga serikali ya muungano. Kwa yale ya ODM ndio musi. Musi kana ndio. Ya ODM ndio patia Raila. So mondo ko dictating ko baki where Raila. Ora na itungwa ndi twa taba ndo ito 10 15 baba na ino bala bana tu. Tuwakira tuwaende no muungano o wasmi tuwakire gangi kwa bana. Ikara mogoso maso ngwate agatarika ino osakatoroke kaino mukwira bantu so it's important for us to tware eguru egotuguru together to tware gento tubwato bulembo to kubwaterera akara twabwaterera abo ainduriro na bagamonya tunyara kusala to kusala because tubwatige Musurubwege susu huruma kirandi deni seke musurubwege susu na Kuru City Salams Club niko ndani. Lama kwa maribango taga Bluetooth sini kwa marani wochi niko ndani. Eno kumochere. Majama na Simbarati, I saw his name indicating he has not utilized a single cent for the development as a county yaito. Okay. Si ati haja utilize a single cent. By the way, even reporting ilitoka on Friday when they were ranking counties. Let me see the report. Here it is saying Kenyan counties that spent nothing on development in the year 2024-2025. Number 1 Baringo, number 2 Elgeyo Marakwet, number 3 Kajiado, number 4 Kisii County, number 5 Lamu County. Imagine top 5 Kisii County Nweregari. Number 6 Nairobi, number 7 Nyandarua, number 8 Tana River, number 9 Uasin Gishu, na number 10 West Pokot. Of course most governors were talking about tabanga tulikuwa tutumie pesa gani na tukua tumepewa pesa kwa counties. But according to Treasury barabara tabanga sisi pesa tumetuma as per dated 31st October counties ziko na pesa. John, the counties do not spend money just because the money is in their account, the CRM account. Tadibo higo. Chibesa kujia through budget ya vera broadened, we do the budget, we will go to procurement, we will procure, we correct, we solve the problem. You see what? That's how our government works. In the first quarter and part of the second quarter report here as well. The third quarter you just want to run good work of match. The authority guys and we're going to run up from here. People can recover a substantial amount of development percentage. Right? If chigazi chiziko soka chirugwe chikoru between January, February and March, by that time you find our development percentage has risen to a substantial figure. even 30 or whatever. So, but the procurement process also takes time. Because if you have not procured, you cannot develop. Development project without procurement. So let's say, for example, in Kisi County, procurement process is going to procurement process here contaminated maybe at the end of this month. January, in here list, so to tell in Kisi County, Chitaraba counted as in which percentage coming together February, March, report when a substantial amount has been done. That's what I believe in. Because the year ends in 30th June, approving on budget, making on budget, and approving on budget takes up to September. Then from September, procurement process also takes time because there is procurement advertisement. You wait 21 days from the time you advertise, you open. You have 30 days to do that. If that is what is going on, the county, any percentage, so be it. Then we can grade them whether they have done anything or nothing.
But again, Kisi County are very in various situations, especially with the senator. Even in tribal absorption. I want to assess Kisi County, but they were performing very poorly. Mariera ilikuwa imepita Kisi County. When we're talking about budget absorption, When we're talking about development, when we're talking about even I saw even there was a time but there is an issue that you brought of diversification. Remember some of the changes Kisi County so far. Deputy governor Mondankare, they've impeached some baka impeach Clark, baka impeach Babekri Mungao, mbatema kurusi oyonde ngakiakuruku omwando alaika kairani akapigwa sasa akataka resign akatewa mambo tasawa mimi narudi na koti alafu nita resign tarengo botigara nige sokero. Like there is a lot that is going on in Kisi County. Even workers abako murunga nimbali wakanu, we can talk about even bunimbraya through the drainage system. We can agree it is all poor. Ubuchafu nchira wichire town, I don't want to sugarcoat the same because we can all see clearly it is not happening. Now if he borrows the script Ruto, so far do you feel like your script if he borrows it kunyara kurigia bantu abangao maybe diversify nenyare ko mokonye in one way or another?
Some of us have worked with the central government and even with the national organizations. Centralization polarization you take open up markets. You open up that's one need to be you can Europe UK about 300,000. The polarization open up markets where we can access anything in China, in the Asian countries and the Eastern countries. So again, to be polarization opening, decentralizing management, yes, I don't know where the decentralization is, but I'm requesting the CEO of Kisi County to decentralize his management. Yes, you go back and look at what they are doing. It's easier than every time. Now you go late, you can see it. Those who have come, you understand what I mean? Kile problem tigange ikibuli kerusu tigango bantu mwanya bari kumba so nyumba watu copies of the keys to open and go in, get what they want and go out and give service to the people. Service delivery is very important. We chiva serikali njibu at savings account where we put them. Chiva serikali jibande goja chitumeke chiere chinde chiche ichaira toka ndrete ko usuru kreditu ekine kichara ko konekana copies of the keys to the service delivery of Kisi County, such that people can get the services freely and fast, and then you go around and check who was messed up with giving service.
Again, to get the John, again to get the Mariera na bodi ya bunga magenda runga kitu kisi ya ba bunga na take all the magenda. Tumia siri. You know, again the nango tebe. again taken a budget ya Kisi County go in the county assembly. A clear in the assembly. Ya to go CEO implement. In 2000 almost CEO into government. I implement the budget here because only got about 5 months to a budget here got a cease by 31st May tarehe 31 mwezi wa 5 2025 kuchakira there is no procurement process. Okay, and the June go procure in courting. This is very clear. Procurement process is very clear. All the budgets you go to want to cover by May 31st for every financial year. Again, it's very wrong. Kenya. The Minister of Finance, Mheshimiwa John Mbadi, iga rupake breakdown kila chibesa chile account che governor. CRF account, county revenue fund. Chibesa chile account abagabana batatu spend chibesa. Kwaro jira ninga seti ya mwisho ndio yatabanga wana abagabana ba development ba concentrate in recurrent ya no ba ko nyorero mwenye ba kana mesara ba kana chibesa chobisi chigari amaguta chama chitairi kobe ku chigari ebintu bune biri kare 100% inki mo ya development ebintu bibine mo 100%. That's the question do want to kubu the council of governors now the chairman ya council of governors ko kwana na you know we are not being given manenga bunge minister ko ngene. I want to tell him aba Kenya na bangai chibesa chia Kenya iko chikurwe kuna treasury a minister ya finance na ile ko chibesa. Ese problem where tigaba kama batata yo man inse ki baba tana magazine nyaka the control of budget ne ro manyete chibesa ko spend you must give me breakdown chipare go kwa kana Kisi County approve you know na bako rajibesa jira account lakini tokonya roji spend. So a chairman ya council of governors, I want to tell him I wish him monyo wa Moscow moteri ngambana abdi tiakungaina bakeng chibesa mo bwate chi account je spend the money.
Elsingin chebro bikonyara komnyoka kigimanto nyorgo chaka ndo chesta ke kominebecha kriwe chinsesa to chavono mambia. We have 2 days to celebrating Jamhuri Day. Jamhuri Day ne toko to arwandire to gusto chingiro bosibore boito to anyorete bunense ya Kenya. But this year we've seen a certain change that it took 24 years for youths to come out and say yote yawezekana bila Moi, but here it is taking just 1 year. In fact, it wasn't 2 years yet. Soka yote yawezekana bila Ruto, you get. But at the same time, we've seen abductions Chiko Korekana of the highest order. Nobody's talking about the same. We are seeing extrajudicial killings. Abaikabako soka bachi konyara kulirubu siburibuense, they are youths. They say the future is the youths, but the same youths ndo wanatoka wanasema jameni, things are so hard, things are so tough. Where are we getting wrong? Where are we getting it wrong as a country right now? From the national government to the county levels to BNC, we begin rented out down the country.
But, I don't know, but it's a sad story that we still experience abductions up to now. The maiden speech of the president when he was given the words of leadership, not very clear that this will be the thing of the past. This will be the thing that I will pursue more. This is the thing that I will enhance more.
In fact, this time after moja, nobody knows when, where it happened.
More abductions than that, because you saw that even international abductors can come into the country, abduct and then leave with their victim.
Yeah.
Which is very absurd.
The Turkish story.
Meaning now that the security gadget, the security measures of the country have been exposed so badly.
And the better kupeana adani 30 years.
Yes.
JKIA
himself can be abducted. Yeah. Because how we are too vulnerable now. That people can come into the country, abducted wherever they want and go with him. Abana baitu bagwatu abana bakeba bagwatu mbana ngiya sola kala. Abana babasha bagatote banga now is enough. Whatever they want and done is not done. But abductions have been consistently going on. Lakini tuwale usawaida. The good Lord that we pray. Na Kenya being a God-loving nation. Nyasaye akune umusabi yuri guruguruto. Ubusaba ori umuntu gwekanisa. Amanya nk'ebintu atabati abakenya mbiri byebi na inda bikora biro byebi. Ekiagara amahakwa anyasaye uzenda amungu nyasaye nene. We cannot leave it unchallenged that Kenyans are being abducted left, right, and center, and then we sit pretty saying about it. Those who are seeing and are not talking all the while, because whichever that is happening, asaba abakira kuona ima. Ukiona mzako ananielewa kichira kwa maana. So we are saying kiasi serikali yetu edua ki ili kuelewa asaba Kenya inakarere vitu baba jorete na biru baba promise it ebakora na biru atebeta ngo korubi aringe mako bikora mbabi kora because it is like a dog that vomits and goes back to its vomit. When you say you cannot do and do exactly what you said you can do.
You know, the first regime ya Uhuru Kenyatta ama the time story lile Raila kuchoswa serikali, mostly it happens in the second regime. Let us all agree. Mtu anaingia first regime akimaliza kingia ya pili ile tangani kuna seka ni bale Raila ngobe controls okorra bantama gendera lafu the second one ndio ile coalition. It happened even hata ya Uhuru ile ya kwanza walipelekana hivi, the second one ile ikianza mwanzo handshake nini and then things started going south, but this time it has happened in the first regime. In fact in Tanzania baada ya Rigathi hata kuweka mitego State House kwenda kuomba kwa mlima, it still happened. And right now we don't have opposition. You know, the first time hata ile finance bill ya kwanza ikipita, when the tax now was coming, people felt it was a lot. They went to the road, they protested, they cried, and they were like, waliambiwa watoke na sufuria, and they came out, and the budget ikakuwa nullified. And these one youths walibidi wameamka even without opposition, because they saw now hii opposition ni kama itusaidi. But now with no opposition, the church is being intimidated, the courts are being intimidated. Aba Bungorocha right now a list is coming out of least performing governors, least performing MPs. Those are not talking in government, those are not talking in Senate. This is the situation that we're having in the country. Leaders awaongei, wamenyamaza. You get opposition, hakuna, nobody is going to push them. Youths imebidi sasa because of the abduction, kila mtu ameweza kuogopa. Hii mchengarego wetu watu mtende sasa utachukua sibibi, wacha tu tufuate hiyo tujitafutie, because we need life, we need to protect ourselves. Where are we heading to as a country?
Chani jena wote binga ki umuntu kutogambira Kenya tata terichi kwa yato ni ten constitution. Nande mtu yabade bahati sana akogambira Kenya ni riji kapingete. Ngana yawo suya na yaso yete kasarani. It's very bad. Among abductions, number one na chia kanit na chiganderete. Abana abantu bako itoko kwa rabaka basic okobuzi kuna. Imagine
in the country
basic opposition leader ya Uganda ekobuzi kuna ro. That is very bad.
How do you know that kusa messages in Kenya?
Of course they will know, because they are Ugandans.
Na akatolewa hapo without the Kenyan government knowing.
It's very unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. Kenyan is a sovereign country. We could have resisted that and say, you are our friend. This is also a friend. He was come. He was cleared. He came to Kenya. Let him finish his mission, and he can come back, and then you get him there. So Bisija was not hiding. Bisija did not take an asylum in Kenya. He only came to visit and go back. Why were the Ugandans allowed to apply Bisija and take him back to Uganda? As if Bisija alikuwa ametoroka Uganda. Hakuwa ametoroka. Ikachiteka vile. Na ended. So they could have waited. He was even there when he was coming this way. He came this way through the border. Nothing happened.
Na ado manyete na kikwaro manyete Kenya yetu ni got a very big problem. Let me tell you, the president elect in the US,
Donald Trump.
Iga voliti Kenya na moko ni airport. No matter na kwani na tebe na Kenya ruto ko ni airport ya Kenya. Wait and see tigara appease. There are going to be sanctions in Kenya, and wait and see. Because you cannot talk about Kenya for granted. Na inejibezi choko da kwa sababu Kenya very bad. By day is very bad. It's very bad. Kenya ngo very sanction da wa wait to Trump tigara ba ko February. Tigara da ko ba ko sanctions to Kenya.
But you know, There's some few questions nimekuwa nikiulizana with my colleagues and friends in recent times. We can't say that Uhuru was really perfect. But during the Uhuru regime, we had, imagine kitu kama Westgate attack happened sahi with this regime ya William Ruto. Imagine a Garissa attack happens. Ama, just imagine COVID-19 just comes back with this regime that even right now no mwana ke mwe Ruto mwire in fact no maternity aba subati bone gabati kire kogenda clinics.
Amangana makomu.
Imagine right now, you remember when the late John Pombe Magufuli rested, he was in the country. But even Tanzanians never knew that their president has rested. Our president had to work with Tanzania to figure out on a way to take the message, mpaka mwili kafika and everything. If that was to happen right now with this regime, that a president of another country has rested while he's in our country, what could have to it a trigger nini? Who's going to calm the country? Will they even trust us?
I don't understand where we are coming from and where we are headed because of the porous, the way information is channeled, the way communication is the way because one here like is an amorphous kind of system. It put up their head, it's just a mongoloid,
Right now we don't even have an interior CS.
Kenya here, one man, one show. You know Ruto is everything in Kenya. It's a one man show.
Yenye anahubiri kanisa is the cleric. Yendo president, yendo koti.
It's very bad.
Yeah. The health CS.
Okora machipisho, bunga naba God. Chipisho. It's very bad. But I really sympathize.
Did we really get it all wrong from the word go?
But you see, and lies live a short time. You can't cheat all the people all the time, but you can manage to cheat a section of the people, and at least for some time. The Kenyan have realized, the Kenyan have known that all along they were living on lies. They've been fed with lies, they've been sleeping with lies, they're waking up with lies. Now they have realized it's not going to be the same.
But is it a mistake that we knew clearly we were making a mistake? Why am I saying so? And again, Moi never trusted William Ruto, right? In fact, hata the one after they walimsaidia kushinda elections, alivunja ile chama ya YK98. Na that is why YK92. Na time mata ekerachete ko chikurusi chesire ase kerogo, they were enemies. They were enemies totally with Moi. Yeah, they never agreed. And time ya Kibaki, where we are saying is among the best leaders, how many times was Ruto fired? Even as an executive CS, he was fired. During the Uhuru Kenyatta regime, I told my friend, don't make a mistake. And we still did the same thing that we were told not to.
As when you YK92, the Ruto even slept in his place. Ruto is one man show. If Ruto doesn't have, nobody has. If Ruto has, everybody has.
Mbona basi mkatuambia tukienda pale bottom up tukapiga kura?
If Ruto is not sick, nobody is sick. Hata hii mambo nasema ya hospitali na nini haoni kitu. And now he's above everything. He's above sickness.
He has it.
He knows what to do with his own family and all that, and that's why he's doing what he's doing. Kenyans were in for a real shock that we were in. This is a fake government we have.
Now, in conclusion, heading towards Jamhuri Day, ujumbe kimona nyara kutebia baraia baiga. Because even you, hata kama ni moyo if he was to wake up right now, he couldn't agree with what is in the country. Let us all agree. Not even Jomo Kenyatta, Ujusika Sekete, Vintevigabion CP, Babudi and Kimathi, them being killed in such a manner for the freedom of a country, only for this to happen to our own children.
Joan Manya, born in 61 years, independence of Kenya. 1963, when you subtract, 61 years. Na poka bauna iga, na ro jenga sympathize sana no abana bako graduate from universities.
Yes.
ina bona ne ko ri bale ko ba so mi si ne ki school ko Kenya ni ko why to go ya ba to college why to go ya ba to university is very painful no mwana ko school alikuwa kwa hiyo
na sisi leo naambia wavae suti waende interview ya kwenda kuosha nguo Arabuni. You are telling them to wear a suit for an interview and you want them to pay 400,000. I saw some of them say unaambiwa ulipe 400,000 over job unaenda kulipa 15,000 a month.
That is a record. That is
very bad.
That is a fault. What the agencies do in Dubai, in Saudi, in wherever is different to what they tell
Kenyans
here. I've had a very constructive argument with some of the agencies when I found out that they are paid millions of shillings to send our kids to Dubai, and then what remains in the employer is what they call pocket money, and that is what the salary of our kids in Dubai. For example, if you are being paid 100,000, they tell him to send 80,000, and then the 20,000 they will tell him is pocket money for the worker, and that is what they disclose here. That is the salary. You understand? So what is negotiated by the agents in Dubai is not what these kids are paid. So that's why the agencies are very rich. The agencies that take people to Dubai are very rich agencies. Do you know that? Very rich people. That's what is happening. They negotiate, get so much money, then they pay peanuts to them. Wanawachia ule mzee mwenye ameemploy mtoto anamotebinga bao nachibesa chao 20,000 na chimuntu ya kama alia Dubai, lakini chibesa aluseti kuga no mu agent yo uyo liko morageria akamoira akamosoma somia akamotodigeria passport akamolimia ndege is millions of years.
Mara musayo kubulira swali mutanyara kobeka you are signing out remarks. Morning. Hubbard watching you from Divalinks Cyber. Great those two gentlemen there, Chairman Mariera and Atancha. Now that we have the young youth contractors who cannot afford to do a lot of tenders because it is now perceived that a lot of tenders are for the big fish. What are the plans do you have and that you've put in place as the association kutetea these youths in bidding the county tenders with fairness and equity? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Joan. We have always been there for the youth. We have always assisted the youth to participate for these tenders. The most unfortunate aspect now is the rotting. When it comes to rotting, and then a youth is required to have so many things for him to qualify in the rot, there is where there's a problem. Because you find maybe if there are 9 rods, then a youth is given 1 rod, women 1 rod, another for disabled, and the other open. Are you getting? So it becomes so limited. We are asking the government to do quotations for the small jobs of below 500 because the law is very clear. I don't know why we are complicating these issues. Maybe it's because of the legal advice that is given to the government, which is a wrong advice all the way. Anything below 5 million is allowed to be given as a quotation. So if you have, for example, 100 contractors as youth, you can be able to pick 20 and they get the jobs. Below 3 million, below 5 million, give them up. 3 million, 2 million, 1 million as quotations, and they will succeed and then get the jobs. Maybe the aspect of capacity to do the job is where we don't know, and that's where maybe we will come in. But now that there's the government has made a decision at its level that it wants to rot the jobs and then give it to one person, then that's where the problem is. How do you assist in that kind of thing is where the problem is. So we want this to be free, procurement equal open, abantu batenda, tuwarwanirira, oyo kunyoronyora, kuziba kole systematic awarding, because abantu qualification is like you've been given a card in Yankee. Yangi na kuma yetenga Joan is coming to Kenya,
Inyange.
He has prepared where you will be. If it's the compound, he has prepared in one's name. So when we do pro-qualification to the county, we intend to think that the county needs people to work for it. And through quotations, that's why we pre-qualify for us to be selected through quotations and get the jobs, which is not being done by the county government. Through the wrong advice, the wrong legal advice that is coming from the legal department. We have challenges in court, and we left because we thought things will move on well, and we hope things will move on well. If lero iga nyasa amesere igabana yetu amatebinga abantu abole nabo bakuna bukwere wichana wichiga yambali go kwanyekende tigachiga sichikoro nabagusi 30% eri diaspora ko diaspora 70% yekoro nabantu baitoma abana abo babe selected abana abo bakoenda Dubai bagenda Dubai bayiwe Asia bakora bakonyora 100 ondokonyora 20 they will be in this country and they will be working in this country. We have so much. Even our government is losing a point when it says abana want to go in this. It's losing a point because all these people can be accommodated. Corruption is so much. Industrialization is over. One taxation has come in, they are selling industrialization. They are selling entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs were selling because of high taxation. So we are chasing what is going to bring in employment to my employment. I don't understand the up-down and the down-up approach in Delhi. There is no economical sense in down-up approach when the down-up approach is an up-down approach. Ekarakoleye foundation yenyumba ikokolima buya oyere square ikaranze buya. That is what we call down up approach. Then if you are serikali teyo erabe ekaro SMEs, small and medium enterprises are very killed by taxation, by abantu banga basigari in the tax department, but they will assist anything, theirs is bribe and everything else. That's where the problem is. Let's have people who are mindful first of us when abantu bali bagombe. Second, yamangana ba mayigoje network.
Mwana yo wole swali ya sana anande ate abanko deep links yare. Ahene youth yore nande youth mo ile 30% chain. Please make sure twas ko gene ngisi ka otyo no gasire. Chigasinjire kisi national polytechnic, chigasinjire kisi school, chigasinjire kepit, chigasinjire kera, chigasinjire constituency y'abachumbe. Nande gendo na advice youth. Omanyete this is very clear. The directive you are going to say president. Now, youth, women, and the people with disabilities by which is 30% share. In any chico, in a memo, ye president. On the WNCP, money on the WNCP, youth, women, people with disabilities, or illegals. On your Tara and a procuring entity within 30 days. You file in court, you will be paid. In any chico, 30 days, a company are youth, women disabled. On your Torah account within 30 days without procuring entity, you go to court. A court will award you. I want to thank him. Delegates for Kenya Federation Kenya
for the change they made.
But it was very wonderful. Hussein Mohamed Mariga, I think now they are the face of the country. Hussein is the president. And
Mariga is the deputy.
And I think now Kenya football is now moving forward. It's very, 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 very bad. As almost I don't respect was Korobo David the president, Ajomo president, a president in Ikimwendo. That is the highest collapse on the order. I want to thank the delegates back at Chikura Bonsipi, including chairman in Kisi County, Manu Mintombegera. They did a very good job. And now let us support Hussein Mohamed as the president of Kenya Football Federation. I saw even a gazette hooray! Gonna the 8 years of slavery in sports. Yes. We were signing out to the mark.
Because of corruption.
Yeah, I did when there were 8 years.
When there were 8 years, the money again on the Kiara, we didn't and yet, Mondolina Langet on that he still needs to be to lead the Football Federation of Kenya. Kindly, Timay Tinky in Kiaba and Tigavera in the worms of leadership, in the head of leadership. Batarigo blinking, I said it again. I said, I go and about Kenya, Jamhuri de India, because that is our day, it was our independence day. I said, okay, we are. I never mind of home, Kenya, they got its own problems. going forward. Naende mpaka ni Christmas ikia pamanyanga abana bana bali school January bali Christmas ikia naende bali banyebe sanchi babehamo basemeshane watoke January uchukue watoto shule. Mbura ya tuli ya letile mebukane mengi chibara cha hali bintu binde bingi bya serikali twali kubanisha serikali ni bwate mana climate mitigation tumejiba sejera osija bantu chibara osija bantu maji osija bantu chiskulu ya chicho chinde cha buli mara sana tena chicho cha buli ta collapsed so that coming January abantu banole ikibako kora to our government ya Kisii County Mosque Simbarati, we kindly beseech you ngaligereria abantu baitu ikipata kitukubaso kozi anaye abantu bakolgere ndo maito bogambi bakusiba tane cha everybody ando tamaite kende yago awo jira wade uno wale bakora kiara mnenjire yata kemayete ende dorango ngana kitabo barto konye ya matimuzi na abomo kumuzi obole bokora kana ngambole on the hoping onyora abantu abayabara kwanire baburai babukai midwife ende torole ngantu muzi where do we ngayembora ya so to touch base to endelea.
All right, asante sana Sokunyara Gocha. It was a short notice, but I really appreciate. We're definitely going to reschedule this again and again because I like even on information Mukunyara Gusangana Banto. At least your people wenyengo charega banto mbali komana we are biased. So thank you so much Sokunyara Gocha studio mambi ya lero kimokwenda mwike wiye kwa ni abantu skolari. We are going to share more. Asante sana Mariera Sokunyara Gusangana inchi korutwa chageteko minebiri chamambi wikiraboniga we twachiri bakachinsi sato nimerongene chabonu mambia mbia mono tikatokolere gabinya sayo yo twara litkori ya DMK Kenya na rolenge asensemende ye studio.
Thank you.
Asante.
Eye Kisii TV amandegere y'umuguzi.
Twichandre kuraryo kwa wa Damaris Magoma Nyarere umanyikaine buno Nyansombogo oyore ngina Lydia Mora Teresa Kwamboka Sheila Nyakirario na Brighton Machoni Junior omwana ko Christopher Machoni Onduta na Sarome Bosibori kurwase kenyoro yakabori no mochokoro bwa abanyagosira Daktari Onduta Ocharo na Nyansombogo nyagosira Meshak Ongera Rasugu na Yunike Kerubo ba Matongo sublocation musubati omwabo Meshak Keboye Samuel Nyachio Cornelia Sonsomo na Dorcas Nyaboke abaiseke